Hey guys, and today I'll be showing you how to lube a Pyraminx with Maru lube. Okay, so what we start is we uncap the Maru lube, put that off to the side, and unless you have a QJ Pyraminx, or I think that's the name, you have a little hole there. You want to turn it like that, and then put a little bit in there. 2 or 3 drops is fine. In this case, I put 3. So just work that into the cube. It doesn't take much effort. Go until it has slightly watery feel. What we're going to do next is lube the pieces. You only need to put a little on one piece. But I'm going to try putting it on a couple of pieces. And actually, you might think I might be done, but I actually lube the tips for some reason. I don't know why. It just makes it turn better. Makes it feel a lot better. I lubed my Methods Pyraminx. It's actually better than this one right now. So just make sure you get all the tips. And then we're going to recap the Maru lube. Set that off to the side. Oh, and by the way, nothing but, so just put the Maru lube off to the side. I'm just going to put it back in the box that it came in. Fold the flaps in, put that on there, and then just work all the rest of it in. Just that much should be enough. You might end up with a really good turning puzzle. Now, if you get your hands lubey, just wipe them off. I suggest doing it on a towel and not your stack mat. But if you do it on a towel, then yeah, it's something you can just wipe your hands off with. So yeah. And remember the video schedule I said about in the other video? 2 videos a day. Probably not going to be following that. So I'm just going to make videos and no more video schedule. I also lubed all these cubes up here. The Moyu Oolong version 2. My YJ Sulong, I think it is, but I'm not sure. It's probably something else. My newer my Rubik's 2.0, my Moyu Scube, and you might be thinking that's a Sheng Shower Lan with different stickers, but it's a Moyu. I just lost the logo. My Chi Square 1, my V Cube 4, my Rubik's brand 2x2, and my original Rubik's brand. I lubed all of these cubes right here. Makes them a lot better. And remember how my main used to be this one? And my backup main was the Lingpo. Now the Lingpo is too fast and uncontrollable. So this is my main, the Wit 2, probably my least favorite when I chose the it was a bit too slow when I chose the Diane over it, but the Diane was pretty slow, and now it's still a little slow, but it's a lot better. The way I lube 2x2s, it's really easy. All I do is just lube it right here. I'll just show you with the Diane. This is supposed to be just Pyraminx, but now I'm just going to do all the puzzles. How I lube my 2x2s is I just uncap the lube, put a little lube here. Work that around the puzzle. Now you might be wondering why I'm working it in every time I lube it. Well, I figured it was easier so that no lube fell out. And so what I do for, oh, I forgot something for 2x2. I'm supposed to keep it like this. Take this, put a little bit of it in here. And then work that around the puzzle. And for 2x2s, I don't really do that because all it does is coat the screw head, and unless you have it on really loose tensions. And I'm gonna try it on the. I think it'll work. I think it worked on this one. Just put a little drop on there. Okay, so just do that with all the sides. Put a little bit on there. About 3 drops. Put a few drops on this. Twist it. Put a few drops on here. Twist it. And now if your towel gets lubey, just don't worry. It's fine. It's a towel. It's meant to get wet. I've already used a lot of my lube. This is really a good lubricant. Yeah, that makes it slightly better, actually. It makes it a little better. And so, that's 2 of the events that I'm doing. For 3x3 update, I'm in a competition for pyramids in 3x3. 3x3 is really easy, just put that in there. And for that YJ puzzle, I actually took it apart and lubed it. I didn't actually take the centers off, but I usually just put 3 drops in there. So yeah. And I also do this. So wrong puzzle. So for Scube, it's kind of harder. The Scube is a little harder to lube. Twist it like this. Put a little bit on there. Work that in, because you're only putting a few drops in there. Work that in so so none of it drops out. So then you just work it in, I guess. And then these little flooring holes, you want to stick the little nozzle in there and then add a few drops. Dry off your puzzle if it gets a little bit lubey. It will happen with at least one of your puzzles. And then just work that into the puzzle, and this is done. I'll show you how I lubed this one in another video. But Now I'll just do a solve on all of them. All of the newly set up cubes. Now, just so you know, I set up all these cubes, and I would not recommend doing this with the Lingpo. If you already have, sorry. If you don't like uncontrollable cubes, which I like, sometimes I like fast and uncontrollable cubes. Sometimes I like them. But this one is just way out of control. It may just be able to do U2s in one flick, but it's still really fast and sandy. It's a lot faster than my other ones. And I like the feel of it, but yeah. And I lubed this one a little differently too. Now it's a lot better. I just take out a piece. I put some lubricant on the center, like so. And if it goes to the crack, I just touch a little bit more on there. Put a little bit into the puzzle because of the mechanism. The mechanism is a little unusual for a cube like, for a 3x3. It's a little bit different. It uses like plastic rivets, so it's really weird. You can not tension this puzzle, but how I lube my Along version 2, same way. How I lube this one, same way. Square one, I'll just show you how to lube that. Just put a little in there, a little there. I actually think this one's ready to be re-lubed anyway. Put a little on there, not on the pieces like on the outside, but, and then tap it in there. Yeah, I did. And I only put some on the yellow side, put some on the white side. So work that in. I did this one a little differently in that I didn't work it in much, or really at all, until now. You hear the sound of these two? This one's a lot faster on mine than this one. So, Chi, if you're watching this, I don't really like that. So, comment if this helped, and if it didn't. If you don't like fast cubes, then, and I don't have any, you can use some Traxxas 50K on it. I've heard that that's pretty good for people who like slower cubes. So, this was a video on how to lube your puzzles, and so see you later. See you later, kitties.